What up, people? It's your boy Massachusetts out here with another comic review. So we got Red Hood Outlaw number 38. Um, this cover that you see here kind of happens in reverse, so there is some truth to it, but that's neither here nor there. So we're going to pick up where we left off, where Cloud9 was ambushed by this doomsday-looking fellow right here, and they further explain what happens. So let's go. So Rocafort is still continuing his drawing into what I think might be, as he mentioned, his last Red Hood run, so enjoy it while we can. So remember Ma Gunn from from Red Hood and the Outlaws earlier on in the series, first 25 issues. She hasn't been seen since issue 25, so about 13 issues. We see that she's trapped in the house where Smart Bizarro had trapped her so that she wouldn't spill the secrets about him to the rest of the people. Well, Jason's true past to him to ruin what he was planning, pretty much. And Bizarro just remembered that she was still here in a bottle. So we see Scott Lobdell's on the words. Kenneth Rocafort did the art and the cover, which is interesting because the art looks very different. But that's neither here nor there. So they say her name is Faye Gunn. She used to basically run an orphanage for wayward boys. So she thought she was afraid of the outdoors until now. And so they say somewhere in between dimensions, so I'm not sure. So Bizarro and a Wrath Superman clone, and Artemis, a rogue Amazon warrior. And Artemis, like, I'm pretty sure everybody thought that, we didn't see Ma Gunn, so we thought that we all just got separated without her knowing what really happened. And she's like, how did this happen? And Bizarro, since he lost all of his attention, can't remember anything. And Artemis is like, don't worry, we're going to figure this out. And Bizarro doesn't know why the bottle's in his room, and Artemis is never going to figure this out. Meanwhile, back in the Star Labs annex, see that Red Hood has his team of young misfits, and he's basically on a training mission with them, trying to teach them teamwork. And basically they're saying, everyone stay back until we suss this out. Cloud9 was captured by this dude in the last issue. And so basically Jason's like, okay, first day of school, we want to put a field trip, first and last potentially, and it's my fault. So Lex Luthor offered me a teaching job. So we see that we just see that Red Hood's like, based on the files I've read, I'm not convinced that my guns are going to do anything to him. So you're just going to have to work and set her free. So he goes on the attack. His name is Doomed, by the way. That's what he's known. So Devour right here is pretty much saying, everybody hold back, I got this. And he's a mechamorph. So he tries to go in, handle it by himself, and traps the beast in his machine-like hands. And, Jason is impressed slightly. And but the guy breaks out and destroys his arm. And we get back to a little bit of a flashback concerning Devour. It seems that he is a citizen of North Korea. And we see that he's had this problem as a child, well, a young child, and he's eating metal. It's telling him to calm down. But he realizes that as he eats metal, he starts gaining the basically the the metallic features. And they're about to kill him, and then Lex Luthor comes in and pretty much offers him a chance to put his talents to better use. So they get back to fighting Doomed, and the child, this baby, is while her mother right here is attacking the thing. She's analyzing, but Jason's outside, just letting his team go at it. So they try a little bit of teamwork, and basically DNA is touched, and they're trying to shoot this thing down, but he gets kicked away, and DNA tells him to stand down, and they're like, why? And they think that this guy killed the guards when they came in, but he didn't. And they realize they've been inside his head because he's innocent. And meanwhile, the block, which is at the center of the earth, Shea Veritas, who Jason had met briefly last issue, is pretty much saying that watching them, and somebody's at her door. So they mentioned that this guy is was a human being um, before, and that he was infected with doomsday spores. He was a Star Labs intern infected with doomsday spores, and they tried to cure him. It didn't work out well, and he kind of the facility was attacked before he got there, and unfortunately, the monstrous part of him needed to feast on the dead guards, basically. So he was eating them while they were dead, and so the child right here is saying that Mr. Hood was right because he didn't do anything. He was like that, and Jason's like, yeah, guilty as charged. I read everything available on this guy. They called him Doomed before I agreed to enlist him into Generation Outlaw, specifically his powers. Look at the cinch mark on those guards. They were dead before he showed. And everybody's like this. You didn't tell us. You didn't just tell us. You are the worst teacher ever. Oh, calm down, we're fine. And Jason's like, oh, it's the only way you're gonna learn. So meanwhile, the guy Doomed right here screaming, and he mentions other monsters, and we see that these crew of dudes, Monster Arm and friends, are about to go in and attack our friends, and Jason readies his crew to fight. Meanwhile, Bizarro and Artemis are back, and Bizarro cannot remember anything of his time being intelligent, but he's like saying only Red Hood thinks that, and Bizarro's like really getting back to the fact that he does miss being smart because it made him feel useful to the crew. But Artemis like, don't work about it. Look at Jason, and he's like, let me get it. Meanwhile, the thing fell over. The glass bottle fell over. And they think that Ma Gunn is not well, but we hear that Pop Pop is back. Huge Pop Pop. And Pop Pop is like saying, oh, she'll probably be fine. Don't look at me like that. I had a theory and I tried it out. And of course, he seems to have gone away, and that's the end of that. So, this was another interesting issue. I think it's pretty good. I give it a 9 out of 10. It balances out different plots equally well. I have to say, I did not know this was Roquefort's art. It looks different, but who knows? But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications. Make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I'm going to discuss good comics and get your views on them. Thank y'all for watching. I should have to have more videos when I can. Peace.